Hello student, today we will discuss some important properties of gravitational force. The chapter is gravitation. So, we know that gravitational force is the force of attraction which exists between any two material body. Suppose this is first body of mass m1 and this is second body of mass m2. Suppose this is a line joining center of two bodies and the distance between two bodies r. So, according to Newton's law of gravitation, there exists force of attraction between any two material body, and that force, the magnitude of force, it is directly proportional to product of masses and inversely proportional to square of distance between two bodies. Combine both equation, we get F directly proportional to m1 m2 upon r square. Remove this proportionality sign, we get F is equal to G m1 m2 upon r square, where this capital G is called as universal gravitational constant. And this formula that we have written here, it is applicable for all types of bodies, whether that body may be bigger bodies, celestial body or small bodies. So, now we will see what are the properties of this gravitational force. So, first important property, gravitational force always exists in paired form. That means there exists pair in the gravitational force. If I say there exists gravitational force between mass m1 and m2, then this force consists of two different forces, action and reaction forces. That means it is a paired force. So, the force exerted by first body on second body, suppose it is denoted by F12, vector F12. The force exerted by first body on another body, this is action force. At the same time, second body is also exerting force on first body, that is the reaction force. So, vector F21. Remember, these two forces, action and reaction forces, they are oppositely directed but having equal magnitude. So, I can write vector F12 is equal to minus of vector F21. Negative sign indicate that the direction of these forces, action and reaction forces, they are opposite. First force is acting in this direction, vector F12, second force is acting in this direction, vector F21. But remember, they do not cancel each other. Why? Because the point of action, it is different. This force is acting at this point and this force is acting at this point. Since the point of action is different, they do not cancel each other. They are only oppositely directed. Then in vector form, I can write vector equation vector F12 is equal to G m1 m2 upon r square. This is the magnitude, this one is magnitude, and unit vector, we can represent here unit vector, minus of r21, vector r21. Vector r21 is position vector which join second body to first body, and this negative sign indicate that the direction of this unit vector and this force, it is opposite. F12 in this direction, R21 in this direction. Similarly, we can write F21, vector F21, magnitude G m1 m2 upon r square, and its direction, it is given by unit vector minus r12, vector r12. Negative sign indicate that vector F21 and unit vector r12, they are oppositely directed. So, this is vector form of gravitational force. Then second important property, gravitational force is always act along a line joining center of two bodies, two or more bodies. That means this gravitational force always act along a line joining center of two bodies. In short, we can say that gravitational force is central force. Very important. Gravitational force is always central force because it acts on the center. It acts from the center of first body and it acts on the center of another body, and vice versa is also there. So, third property, gravitational force is independent of medium between two masses. It is independent of medium. These two bodies, M1, M2, if they are immersed in water, in alcohol, in air, in ethanol, anywhere, there will be no effect on its magnitude. Gravitational force remain as it is, whatever may be the medium present between these two bodies. Fourth characteristic, gravitational force is weakest force than all other forces in the universe. So that's why this gravitational force is considered as one unit, and in the multiple of this gravitational force we count nuclear force, then electrostatic force, strong nuclear forces. All these are forces are counted in terms of gravitational force. So this is weakest force than all other forces in the universe. Fifth one, this gravitational force always follows principle of superposition. Now this is very important. What is actually principle of superposition? If I say, suppose this is a particular mass m1 and this mass it is surrounded by another masses like m2, here m3, here m4. So where does gravitational force act? Actually, gravitational force is acting in between all these masses. And suppose if we want to calculate gravitational force on this mass m1, so that gravitational force, it is produced by the gravitational force exerted by m4 on m1 as well as m3 on m1, m2 on m1 and so on. That means the resultant gravitational force, it is vector sum of all the gravitational forces exerted by masses on this central mass. That means vector F14 plus minus vector F12 plus minus vector F13 and so on. F14, F12, F13 and so on. We can consider various masses. So simultaneously we have to contribute all the gravitational forces and we have to take vector sum of that forces, then we get the resultant force. This is called as principle of superposition. So if we consider entire extended body, suppose this is extended body, any extended body, just like a hollow, suppose this is hollow sphere, and we are going to find out the gravitational force at its center. Suppose this is mass m1 is located at the center of hollow sphere. So what happens? The masses, all the masses which are present on this hollow sphere, they will simultaneously produce the effect of gravitational force on this central mass m1. But what happens? Diametrically opposite point, each and every diametrically opposite point, when they exert gravitational force, that gravitational force get cancelled due to opposite direction, and hence the gravitational force acting at this center, it becomes 0. That means though all the masses which are present on this rim, they are exerting gravitational force, but what is the effect? Effect is 0. This effect is 0 due to principle of superposition. If suppose the same hollow sphere, and we are going to find out the gravitational force exerted by this hollow sphere on outside point, this is inside. Now suppose this mass m1, it is present outside. Then also what happens, each and every masses which are present on the rim, they will exert gravitational force on this mass m1. But now this time what happens, that gravitational force will produce two different component. One component is along the line joining center of this sphere, hollow sphere, and this point mass, and another component will be perpendicular to this. So in this way, in diagram I can draw like this. One component is along the line joining center of hollow sphere and this point mass, this component, and other component is perpendicular. That perpendicular may be in this direction, or if we consider this mass, it is in upward direction. So on careful observation, you will find that this perpendicular component, they get cancelled, because upper region will produce perpendicular component in downward direction and lower region will produce perpendicular component in upward direction. So they will cancel each other, and the component which is along a line joining center of this hollow sphere and a point, that remain unbalanced, that will produce the resultant gravitational force on this mass m1. So for this outside point, the gravitational force, it is as if the entire body, the mass of entire body is supposed to be concentrated here. That means whenever we consider extended body, then to find out the gravitational force, we have to consider the mass of extended body, it is present at the center. Then we can find out the gravitational force acting outside any point mass.